Hey gang, happy Monday. Bill Sheridan with the Maryland Association of CPAs back here, kicking off the week with another CPA story for you. We're still looking for that elusive why behind the work that CPAs do. And here to help me search this week is my guest. He is Andy Bareham. Andy, old friend of the MACPAs. He's a sole proprietor. Works with his wife Bev. They have a practice in Lutherville that focuses on tax compliance and consulting for businesses and individuals. They also do federal and multi-state tax audit and appeal representation, as well as accounting and QuickBooks assistance. And Andy, he makes no bones about it. He loves tax. So many people equate CPAs with tax. And because of that, a lot of CPAs make a point of emphasizing that they don't do tax, but Andy loves it. And he also loves the relationships that he's spent his entire career building. Taxes are personal. We're talking about people's money, their livelihoods. And because of that, Andy gets to know his clients at a deeply personal level and build lasting friendships at the same time. Great benefit of doing the work that we do, right? And but Andy's journey started as so many others do in this profession. I'm going to let him take it from here. Here's my guest, Andy Bareham.
Well, in
CPA
junior
story.
high and high school, I was always really good in math.
Uh-huh.
So somewhere along the line, I came up with the idea of maybe I should look at this field, accounting and things like that. So for whatever reason, when I was fairly young, I took the H&R Block tax preparation course
Okay.
well before college.
Uh-huh.
And it piqued my interest. And ever since, I've been a tax geek.
That's you're the second person I've talked to just recently who um decided to kind of self-study in tax, like at an early age. What was it? What was it about tax in particular that kind of got your attention?
Well, I've always been interested in legislation and the law and things like that. And of course, tax is heavily involved in the law. And, here's the rules, follow them.
Yep.
So that kind of was a natural interest for me.
Okay. And almost everyone I talk to, when they talk about how they first got interested in accounting, they always start with the same thing you said. I was good at math. How long was it before you realized that this work really wasn't about math?
I don't know. I think during the H&R Block course, it was interesting because you interact with people and you make new friends. And, some of my clients I've known for ages and ages. And um, it's good. It's a once a year deal to see with them, catch up, find out what's going on in their life. I pride myself when I meet with people in tax season. I don't just sit there and say, okay, here's your stuff, I'll do your return. I sit down and talk to them and find out what's happened. Has anything changed? Any new grandkids, new whatever, just to catch up with people. And it's an enjoyable thing once a year to talk to these people that I've known for a long time.
It's really about relationships as much as anything, and from the sound of it, and it seemed to me, particularly in what you do, a lot of what's happening in your clients' lives, these catch-ups, what's happening, the relationship building can really inform a lot of what you do for them too.
Yep, that's correct. It's not just, did you have any new kids? Did you get married? Did you move? Anything change in your tax life? But did anything change in your real life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's that's got to be gratifying. I mean, tell me a little bit about what you accomplish by what you do. I mean, what's the purpose or the why behind your work, Andy?
Well, I have two goals when I help people with their taxes. My first goal is how can I minimize their tax liability? Nobody likes to pay taxes. Everybody wants to pay the least amount possible.
Yeah.
So that's the first goal. The second goal is, well, they don't want to get in trouble with the IRS, so they want to be compliant with the tax rules and the tax laws. So, most people are afraid of that IRS notice that comes in the mail.
Yeah. Yeah. It can be a little, I don't know, at the very least intimidating, and at the most kind of anxiety producing, I would think.
It is. It absolutely is.
Well, that's great that they've got somebody like you who can kind of guide them through that. I mean, what do you let's put it this way. What do you love most about being a CPA?
Well, I think it goes back to relationships. It's not only with clients. Um, I'm on the MACPA State Tax Committee, and
Mhm.
that is a fun group. We're probably the best committee at the MACPA because we enjoy each other's companies and meet 5 or 6 times a year with various state agencies, and we just have fun and we learn and we make contacts with the state that aid us with helping our clients, and it's a good relationship. Um, I think the relationships is important for a number of reasons.
Well, it really kind of comes, I mean, a lot of the work comes down to those relationships, right? And what you're actually helping your clients to do and to build on a personal level. So,
Absolutely. Clients need accountants. And I mean, my clients, I don't know how I say it. My clients are very loyal.
mhm.
It's hard to get, when we're accountants, we're always out looking for new business. And it is hard to get someone to switch their accountant if they're happy. If they're happy, they're not switching. They know they've got a good accountant and they're going to stick with them, and trying to get them to switch accountants is futile. Um, so, I've reached a point in life where I'm not looking for new clients. I'm moving towards retirement. I've been doing this for 39 years, and but
Well, that
loyal.
loyalty, I think that loyalty from your clients speaks volumes about the work that you do too. Obviously, they're pleased with what you're doing for them, and it means a lot. I mean, um, just judging on what your clients are thinking. I don't know if you can put yourself in their shoes, but why is what you do important?
Um, I think well, it depends on the person, but most people that I deal with, taxes are very important. Um, they want to get it done. They want to get it behind them. They want to know if they owe money. That's always the first question.
Right.
Do I owe money? Am I getting, how big's my refund? Um, it's money. That's important to people. People want to know, do I have to write a check to the government or are they going to send me a check?
Yeah. Yeah.
People want to know that. It's important. It's money.
Money is important, no doubt about it. And by the way, early congratulations on. I'm not sure when, if you've got a date in mind for retirement, but I know it's creeping up. I'm kind of I'm starting to think about that myself, and that kind of brings to mind, this idea of we're always trying to bring new folks into the profession as well, and fill that void. What would you tell somebody, a young person who's trying to figure out where they might fit or what they want to do for a career? What would you tell them about accounting?
Well, we keep talking on about relationships, and that's important. As you get older, having relationships, friends, people that you can talk to on a regular basis, that's important. Um, Bev and I are sole practitioners. Bev's my wife, and we're both CPAs, and we're sole practitioners. And having other accountants that we have relationships with that we can shoot an email to and bounce an idea off of is important. We're not out here alone doing tax work. We have this whole field of people that we can talk to regularly, and we do, to bounce ideas. It's important to have somebody to talk to. And that's why the relationships keep coming back. Um, There's a number of things. My years of working at various public accounting firms, I'm a member of a couple of alumni groups.
Mhm.
Not only do we work at accounting firms, and sometimes we move on because that's just the way life is, and we stay in touch with the people we used to work with. We have dinner with them every so often and talk about the old times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you do when you get old.
Oh, sure.
You remember the old times.
But that's a huge part of life is just, the people that um, you choose to hang out with. And it's great that's such a big part of this profession is the people aspect of it. I think that's a part of this profession that not a whole lot of other professions can really point to and say, yeah, people are really the driving force behind a lot of what we do. So.
It is. That's all we have. I mean, tax software, who cares? We need it, but it's the people. It's the people we work with. It's the clients we service. It's relationships. It's knowing people.
Great stuff there from Andy Bareham. So glad he could take time out of his busy schedule to be with us here today. We want to hear from you as well, by the way. So head on over to macpa.org/y and share your story with us as we try to offer a little bit of inspiration, maybe to the next generation of accounting and finance professionals. We want to hear what your CPA purpose is as well. Thanks for being here again, folks. Really appreciate it. We'll be back again next week. More stories to share then. Until then, have a great week. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care.